Now the election back and I'll die away. In short, this is what I have to say. Let us forget fights and grudges and concentrate. Come, let us sit and try to relate. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us put hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, let us build a nation together. Oh,
Blessed good afternoon to Trinidad and Tobago. Blessed good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Blessed good afternoon, brothers and sisters, family and friends. Blessed good afternoon to you. Again, my name is Felix. We are the Real Talk Show. And brothers and sisters, as you come up, I just want to encourage you to share the live. Before we go forward, you know that we officially support our governing authority. So I must send out some love to the Member of Parliament for Point Fortin, Mr. Ernesto Raymond Kiza. We must send out some love to Ms. Kamala Prasad Disesa. Brothers and sisters, just in case you know what's going on, let me know my papers, please. Just in case you don't know what is going on in beautiful, beautiful Trinidad and Tobago, despite where we are or despite the conversation or all the shortcomings, our responsibilities to continue to stay factual. So as you know, the United National Congress, which is the organization that we support, we endorse, had an internal election for the political leader. Now, brothers and sisters, my responsibility, although we're not supporting mainstream media, but when they get it right, they get it right. So I have a piece of opportunity to show you something exactly. You see where we're going at here? This is reasonable conversation. Eden? Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, as I come up, let me share it live. Again, we continue to endorse Trinidad and Tobago. We continue to endorse our brothers and sisters. And again, this is Real Talk. So as you come up, I encourage you, share it live. Although we had to talk today we had to talk. And we're talking CPEP today. CPEP is our conversation today.
surely I do.
Just in case you think that is the same old conversation, remember, Pearl Sammy, big up yourself. You is one of our long time supporters. So we don't complain about things and not try our best to participate in the solution. So today is about CPEP. So we're talking.
We must go.
Brothers and sisters, those of you who don't know, this week, if you're outside of Trinidad and Tobago, this week happened to be Emancipation weekend. We're going to have to talk a little bit about that too. Our responsibility, especially me as an African, I need some explanation in which direction we are going as a people. Trinidad and Tobago, big up on yourself. I must send out some love to Cedros, Erin, Buenos Aires, Icacas. We must send out some love to Separia, Pinal, Debe. We must send out some love to Labre, Dow, Rosilak, Chinese Village. Ladies and gentlemen, we must send out some love to Golconda. So whether you're in Shogunas, you're on the East-West corridor, you might be down there in Silots, or you might even be in Edinburgh 500. We're saying a blessed good afternoon to you. Blessed good afternoon to Toko Manzelina. Blessed good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, to Tobago, our brothers and sisters outside of Trinidad and Tobago, in a special way, Yolanda Senior. All your blessed good afternoon. But today, we are to talk, and today, now our responsibility, we are to discuss solutions. We must discuss because our responsibility is to be part of positive contribution. So thank God is one thing that we don't have to worry about. The United National Congress continue to practice democracy, and Ms. Kamala Prasad Disesa continue to be our undisputed political leader. And we're going with that. We're good with that. So it seems to me that we can sort out our problems without argument, without ending up in the media, and are taking that. Trinidad and Tobago, but we must talk.
A strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us go hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation.
blessed good afternoon to Paul. Sammy, blessed good afternoon to you, sis. I want to say a blessed good afternoon to Yolandra. Blessed good afternoon to Suklal. Blessed good afternoon to Semantics. Blessed good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. I must send out some love to my UNC family, to my coalition team. Blessed good afternoon to every stable-minded Trinbagonian citizens in and out of Trinidad and Tobago. Blessed good afternoon to you. As you come up, I just want to encourage you to share the live, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't yet, please, I encourage you to subscribe. Again, I apologize to you. So I believe I'm moving the program to 1 o'clock.
Oh, yes.
So last week we ended up in the same thing, and all you know, we're fighting up to maintain the show, and all the boy have to look for it too. So either way, I think we got to move the show to 1 o'clock.
Hear the cries in the streets at night. So many dreams born out like light. Youth them caught in a system code, chasing shadows that take this.
Ladies and gentlemen, the conversation this afternoon is CPEP and what direction we are taking.
Plant the seed of change in the ground and reap the fruit of love from the storm. So we can rise from the shadows as we shine. Through the pain and the sorrow, leaving darkness behind. For the youths and the future, let the healing begin. The love of behind and let love for us then. So come from the dust till dawn, as we rise up every morn. We fly through the skies like flame, all people will rise again. Hand in hand is how we'll start, everyone can play their part. But woman and child come in, let the cleansing begin.
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, family and friends, once again, my name is Felix, and I introduce you to Real Talk. If you happen to be a first-time viewer or first-time listener, I want to wish you a blessed good afternoon. I want to send out some love to our brothers and sisters, our 648-868 family. I must send out some love to Trinidad and Tobago, send out some love to our brothers and sisters, our family and friends outside of our beautiful nation. So, brothers and sisters, before we get into any conversation, our responsibility is to ask the Almighty to take charge of the conversation. So, Heavenly Father, is your son open? Father, I want to thank you for all that you have done and all that you continue to do for us. Father, we lift up Trinidad and Tobago before you in a special way, and we ask that you take charge of our nation. We pray for our brothers and sisters in our nation, and Father, we ask that you cover every family so that every single child have something to eat today. As we navigate throughout this holiday period, Father, I ask that you cover, you bless, you guide, and you protect each and every one of our young people in this country. Lord, we say a special prayer for the business sector. We lift up the small businessman, the big businessman, and we ask that you continue to have your way in our nation. We lift up our Honorable Prime Minister, Ms. Kamala Persad-Bissessar, who continue to be the political leader of the United National Congress. Father, you cover her, you guide her, you order her steps. Father, we lift up every ethnicity in our nation. Father, we pray for every single spiritual denomination in our nation, and we ask that you just take charge and camp your angels around our leaders. Father, we ask that, brothers and sisters, those who continue to practice negative action or negative thoughts, Father, I pray that you find a way where there seems to be no way. So we submit ourselves to you. We say less of us, and more of you, Lord. So in today's conversation, Lord, you take charge. Father, we submit ourselves to you. In no other name but in Jesus' name. Amen and amen. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, family and friends, blessed good afternoon. We already late already. So our responsibility is to get down to business. Well, just in case that you missed it, the United National Congress had internal election this week here. And again, Ms. Kamala Persad-Bissessar continue to be the political leader of the United National Congress. And for that, we're saying big up, we're saying congratulations to the Prime Minister and the political leader. Because while we speak, some people might not understand that a Prime Minister and a political leader is two different portfolios, but holds magnificent responsibility. So while we at it, while we say congratulations to Ms. Kamala Persad-Bissessar, I want to send out some love to my entire UNC family. I want to send out some love to the coalition team, and my responsibility is to send out some love to Trinidad and Tobago. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe. Thank you very much, Vincent. Thank you very much, Semantics. Thank you very much, Noel. Thank you very much, Ram Persad. Blessed good afternoon to every single one of our brothers and sisters. Pull Sammy, I see you. Somebody please link Cathy For me, please, let's get this conversation going. All the blessed good afternoon again. It's all boy Irvin, and we come to talk. Our responsibility is to hold on to the facts. Now, if it is you have been up to date or you just happen to visit our Facebook page, because I just put it up on YouTube yesterday, you would notice that I had the opportunity to go and check out, because people, they are attacking and point, yeah, and CPEP working and CPEP and working. But if it is, you go back to the page, you would notice that Mr. Trevor Lynch here in Point 14 took the initiative to hire some of the CPEP, the same CPEP workers to bring back the beach to a level, to a standard. Because again, ladies and gentlemen, ain't nobody could mama guy me or sell me a dream. Clifton Hill Beach is the expulsion capital of Trinidad and Tobago. So we don't have no excuse, no reason to not set a proper environment so that brothers and sisters around our nation feel comfortable coming to visit. So my conversation today is CPEP. Now mind me, your responsibility is to take what it is I am saying. I am asking for your interaction, asking for your feedback. I am asking for your phone call based on the contribution I am going to give today. Because brothers and sisters, yes, in Point 14, I said, we talk about oil and gas, we talk about construction, we talk about a lot of different conversation, but one conversation that holds superior in every single mouth in this country happened to be CPEP. Bless good afternoon, Steele. Clive, bless good afternoon. Daniel, bless good afternoon. TK, bless good afternoon. Sukras, bless good afternoon. Bless good afternoon to Vincent. Bless good afternoon to each and every one of our brothers and sisters. One of the sector in this country that happened to take precedence over every single conversation happened to be CPEP. So my responsibilities, ladies and gentlemen, let us have a conversation about CPEP. Mind me, I will chisel it down to Point 14. Now, you who live in Penal, you who live in Saparia, you who live in Diego Martin, you who live in Toko, the East-West Corridor, wherever you at, it is your responsibility. I'm asking you again, the number to call is 3240844. That's the WhatsApp number. I'm asking you to call in and relate with what it is I am going to display to you. Because, yes, we're listening to the conversation, and based on what it is we hear, based on what it is we see, based on what we're experiencing, yes, we totally support our governing authority. We continue to send love to Ms. Kamala Posed, Bissessa. Like CPEP workers are the only people who are important in this country. No semantics. This is why we're going to have the conversation and get it out of the way. Hopefully the governing authority take it. Now mind me, it takes the people of Trinidad and Tobago to endorse the conversation in order for the government to actually utilize some or even add to what it is I am going to say. Because again, you see, we have people here to support and we just supporting and so forth. I cannot sit back and wait for the governing authority of Trinidad and Tobago to just sit back and design the whole structure for everybody. I am living in Point 14. I have a member of parliament, and it is my responsibility to speak up, to let my member of parliament and brothers and sisters know especially what the Burgesses is expecting. So ladies and gentlemen, again, with going out, which hence the reason why I am late today. With going out, I was just completing a little investigation that I was doing when it comes to CPEP, right? So the heights is that the CPEP whole vibes, we already know we're going. April 28, the brothers and sisters of Trinidad and Tobago, we decided we no longer supporting the former administration because of, right? So we made up our mind, we supporting the United National Congress and the coalition. So to all of our brothers who supported, who stand, and you know what we stood by. We stood by when UNC win, everybody win. So based on the level of conversation that our government find themselves in, based on the corruption that took place under the former administration, where the former local government minister find it hard to come to the people of Trinidad and Tobago to bring an explanation. My responsibility, I fed up cushion that conversation. I fed up talk about that conversation. So my responsibility is to talk about where we're going from here. What do I, Irvin Felix, the 648 platform, what do the people of Trinidad and Tobago expect going forward from here? Hence the reason why I couldn't come and sit down and just compile a conversation based on myself. That wouldn't make sense. On top of that, I never work CPEP. So when I speak, in my responsibility, I'm supposed to be bringing the information coming from the CPEP workers. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you missed the video from on Clifton Hill Beach from the CPEP workers that was given an opportunity to make a little money, if you missed that video, I encourage you to go back on the page, get familiar with the video, because what I'm going to speak here, I am asking your endorsement and I'm asking you to call in. If what I say not making sense, it's not making sense, call in, let me discuss it, let me scrap the idea one time. But if what I am saying is making sense, I am asking your endorsement. Our governing authority explained to us that each and every one of us is expected, because we are Trinbagonian citizens, so we are expected to be a part of the development of the upliftment of Trinidad and Tobago. And this is what we are going to discuss this afternoon. Our energy sector, we already get the conversation that this going on, that going on. When you pass Marabella, you're seeing things going on. So, all right, the energy sector rolling. My responsibility is to remind brothers and sisters, despite what there is a significant amount of people in our population that is drastically dependent on CPEP, Forest Reserve, ladies and gentlemen, and URP. So while we support our governing authority, our responsibility is to discuss what we expect. Because this whole thing, you know, follow a thing. The thing is, you must be able to say what you want. I can't sit back and expect Miss Kamala or Mr. Keyser to understand what is going on in every single household in Point 14. So we're going to start with CPEP, and along the way, as we navigate, we have 5 years to deal with. As we navigate, we continue to bring the issues, and we're not bringing the issues alone, we're helping to bring solutions. This is why I went to the small man, I went to the big man, I went to the man who works CPEP. I had conversation with people who not work in CPEP. And if there's one conversation, every single person come to terms, is that the structure of CPEP is needed in Trinidad and Tobago. Could we all agree with that? If we could all agree with that, well, then we move forward from there now. Because if the structure of CPEP is valuable to Trinidad and Tobago, well, then our responsibility is to ask our governing authority. The solution is all your own. We know we didn't put no slow minds in there. We listen how Mr. Barry Padarat speak. We listen how our Prime Minister speak. We listen how Ms. Khadija Amin speak. My responsibility is to bring the relevant information coming from the ground. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us have a conversation this afternoon. Today, we're talking CPEP, right? We already come to terms that the CEO and the CPEP board and the CPEP workers and the CPEP contractors find themselves in a conversation. Brothers and sisters, these persons are heading to court, and they're going to have their conversation on a level that the average poor man is not a part of. So that level of conversation, that is their business. What happened is April 28, a lot of us voted for the UNC. And the conversation is when UNC win, everybody win. So my responsibility is to ask the person who I vote for, my government, to practice the relevant thing. The whole of Trinidad and Tobago, the entire Caribbean, and the world already aware of what is taking place in CPEP. Mr. Faris Olrari, due to the lack of coming to the public domain and expressing the corruption that his name has been called in, well, then we cannot continue to sit down and wait. My responsibility is to keep it factual. The facts is, coming from Spinal, coming from Diego Martin, coming from Point 14, brothers and sisters, CPEP plays a serious role. The position that we end up in is that school is actually on holidays, which give us a little luxurious time. But again, this luxurious time ends on the 15th of next month. If it is we don't get brothers and sisters up and about working by the 15th of August, by the 15th of August, that would mean that we fail the people of Trinidad and Tobago, and that is not what we support. So to start with, the CPEP workers, we already come to terms. If you look at the salary, $140 for the operator, you calculate it, that is under minimum wage. If you look at the helpers, their salary is under minimum wage. My responsibility is not to condemn the person who put the structure in place. Apparently, at the point in time, they was under the impression that people could live with that money. But my responsibility is to bring the relevant endorsement to Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago have a constitution that every single person have a responsibility to follow. The constitution of Trinidad and Tobago, brothers and sisters, the fact is minimum wage is $20.50 in this country. $20.50, which leads to today's conversation. I've been out and about speaking with CPEP workers. First thing the average man will jump out in this country and say, but CPEP workers just finish early and go home early. Your responsibility is to head out in the streets and speak to some of these CPEP workers. A lot of those folks love their job. A lot of those folks love when brothers and sisters, bless greetings all. A lot of those folks love when brothers and sisters say if it's one thing, CPEP is one of the groups in this country that delivers to the people of this country. As much as we depend on the governing authority to deliver this time in a wrong, whether who government in charge, CPEP continue to deliver. So our responsibility is to hold on to the facts of the conversation. And so you CPEP continue to do their part. Well, then where are we going from here? Where are we going from here? Again, I ask you to hold on to the facts. Saturday is Emancipation, Blessed Emancipation Week to Trinidad and Tobago. Blessed Emancipation Week. Everybody, and those who racial, bless Emancipation Week, because apparently it's African emancipation. But let me just hold on to the words that the former Prime Minister said, African emancipation. I want to ask a question this afternoon while we're discussing CPEP. African emancipation. How are we going to celebrate this holiday this weekend when we have the factual data that the PNM government, being led by Ms. Penelope, because you see they brought back a set of old folks. So every person in this PNM who young, who went to school, who went UE, and who family take this train, them is of no value. Them is of no value. Donna Cox and them have to come back to have a conversation. But either way, we'll leave that for next day. I want to find out from Ms. Penelope Beckles, PNM executive, because all your boast that all is the African Party, Marvin Gonzalez. How are we celebrating emancipation this year when all told the entire nation that Mr. John Jeremy is a dunce? I want to ask TSTT Union, how we celebrating emancipation as Africans this year when all consistently and continually blaspheme and disrespect the PSA president, Ms. Thomas? How are we going to celebrate emancipation? Are we going to lie to our children? Are we going to lie to the population and believe that Africans, folks, have everything in our order in this country when we can't even collectively show respect for an African who is a patriot in this country? Asking, how are we actually navigating into emancipation this weekend? Saturday's emancipation. Resources have to be spent. Up to today, the average person in the PNM continue to disrespect Mr. Anil Roberts. He have African roots in him. They disrespect Ms. Khadija Amin. She have African roots in her. They disrespect Mr. Roger Alexander, African. So how are we as Africans going to celebrate emancipation this week? Bless good afternoon, Anthony. Bless good afternoon, everyone who's up. That's just something for you to think about now. To the African population of this country, where PNM have us, the former administration have us, what they continue to represent, and we have a bunch of jokers. So before we get back to CPEP, let me clarify something to point 14. There's a joker in point 14. His name is Anthony Williams. For some strange reason, the people of Trinidad and Tobago continue to give this young man a listening ear. Before, only get the young people of point 14 in problems. Because the young people of point 14 honestly have hope in this government. They honestly believe in our member of parliament, in our minister. They honestly know the only organization that is fighting for the poor people of this country is the United National Congress and the Coalition and TPP. Let me bring a little content for you here. Basic facts before we head to work. There's a joker in our electoral district. His name is Anthony Williams. Apparently, because he went to school with one of my cousins and them. I wouldn't continue to explain what it is he practiced. But he went to school with one of my cousins. Very brilliant girl. Will and big up yourself, girl. I want you to listen to this, right? Then you will listen to this, because this is what is being promoted. Mind me, ladies and gentlemen, today's conversation is CPEP. I just want to get something out of the way, because this young man tends to be disrespecting people, no matter what class, no matter what ethnicity. So my responsibility is to show all you the type of games he played. Now, this is in 1 week. I'm going to bring 2 different content in 1 week from this same gentleman. Same gentleman. No, hold on. Let me clarify what Anthony doing the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Listen to this.
Without any type of due arrest, meaning no charges. Now, they say to have a syndicate linked to the prison and outside here in the country. But I'm not seeing no linkage. All I am seeing is almost 100 persons murdered in this country since this government, and it's not looking good. They have no crime plan, no handle on crime. It's bad. And somehow it feels like they are doing their best to justify this SOE in an undercover way, where they're saying,
right. So this is Anthony Williams explaining that he's not supporting the SOE. Now, we're listening to Anthony on TikTok. Now, this is what I'm going to play for you here was 2 days before this same audio. Same week. Same Anthony Williams. Listen to the conversation.
Citizen Trinbagonians, after reading this press release highlighting the minister's effort to tackle crime, better the UNC government call an SOE, state of emergency.
Point proven. Point proven. Anthony Williams, apparently, he hanging on some PNM banner, but Anthony Williams don't understand that we run past politics. His representation we're talking about. And he continue to play games with you all. Hence the reason why we're cutting them games today. Ladies and gentlemen, if all you had the time and all you want to continue listening to Anthony Williams, no problem with that. Could you please stop sending me those videos? That gentleman is confused, and on top of that, that gentleman's entire family know the organization to support. His mother, his sisters, his brothers, everybody else is supporting the United National Congress and the coalition. So I believe my conversation when it comes to that young man, when I see him on TikTok, address him and ask him who his mother supporting, ask him who his family is supporting, ask him why he's one of the biggest hypocrites. Now let me go to work, please. Thank you very much. Trinidad and Tobago, our responsibility is to be part of the restructuring of Trinidad and Tobago. We're not taking away the former neglect that the former administration left upon the people. Now it is our responsibility, because the conversation is here, every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. So we're asking God to take charge of Trinidad and Tobago. My responsibility, I'm asking you with this conversation here. Because CPEP find themselves in a conversation where the CEO have one conversation, the minister of local government have a next conversation, the people in the office have a different conversation. It is not our responsibility to sort that out. Our responsibility is to make sure that our governing authority understand what is going on in society. So to our governing authority, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, they drastically fed up with playing the games with the PNM. So my conversation here, the people of Trinidad and Tobago gave the United National Congress and the coalition full authority to sort this garbage out. Bless good afternoon, brother. Bless good afternoon. Bless afternoon, you hear me?
Yeah, good afternoon, my brother.
Bless afternoon.
Give thanks to life. Anthony Williams, he was in a rap, he was from a party.
He have a political party, and watch me. I have been in 2 elections where my name was on the board, and he forgot to vote for himself in the 2 elections. So God knows how much election he have voted for your own party.
We can see, we coming from, you know. I be watching him through TikTok, but I really take it because he always has some kind of negative thing to say about the government right now, who not coming office. But he's happy on him.
Yeah.
But Mr. Felix,
Talk to me.
I hear him jumping, dragging last night on a political on a program by
Which program is
what
that,
do you
cousin?
call I say I hear him dragging on a program last night.
Which program?
What do you call a big ugly PNM one day by we just call him by heartless.
Heartless.
Yeah, heartless say like a frog. You only jumping, you're that PNM, you jump to UNC, the last minute
You see
you jump back to UNC.
what one with Heartless? Heartless and them don't know people business. Heartless don't know when I come back to Trinidad. I was originally at UNC. My cousin get an opportunity to be a member of parliament. Point Fortin have been neglected for decades. He say he going up the road on behalf of the people. He failed under the PNM. What are supposed to be? Continue supporting the PNM because I'm African. Well, with my African roots and my African knowledge and weighing the odds as an African, from the beginning, I never supported the PNM, brother. It's my mother holy, and thank God she does taking the program. Thank God she does listen when all they're talking.
Yeah. Remember we young and we wise, you know, Mr. Felix. We don't know what the PNM giving us. So them young, them old heads and them hold on to the PNM because them feel like I'm still alive, you know.
Yeah, that's what they think. That is what they think.
Yeah.
That's what they think.
Yeah, dead and gone. Yeah. But Mr. Felix, I hear crying up for the CPEP worker, the CPEP. You're unfortunate.
Yeah.
I said sometime next month I my truck back on the program and the cutting the grass, who sweeping the road, working up.
Yeah.
They'll get back the jobs. But that's why they're making changes with them wicked PNM contractors and them all eating the chuff at the treasury and victimizing the poor people and them who cutting the grass.
Yes.
Yeah, give them one something a day and all them kind of thing in there, and then walking real hard. Then come at 6 in the morning till 12, all in the hot sun, then walking all in the rain and all, they walking hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we can't think about it. They do a good job too.
Yes.
They make the byways and every place clean.
Yes, man.
So I'm begging the UNC to look into that quick as possible and give back the people them the work. And then PNM contractors, let them haul. The UNC contractors go hire them. And you can give back them the work and things. That is enough, man.
And is that. KFC, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen. So seeing that KFC already touched on where we going. Let me take this one here. Bless good afternoon, caller.
Yes, my brother. Good day. How are you?
Bless afternoon. How you doing?
Yeah, I got right, man. You know, going on. I see your topic is on CPEP, right? I just have a little input into everything. Now, what really going on? I want to congratulate Kamala Posa because last night when I watched in Shogunas yesterday, how everything was, and you know, everybody, you know, you see, she kind of bring a joy towards the people, and I know down the road, CPEP will be more efficient in a way, and here the way it will be. Where you could afford to go to the bank, get a loan. They want to restructure it properly.
Caller, so then I assume you would be endorsing my conversation. You go ahead.
Yeah, and the bottom line behind everything is I come up in construction. My whole life was construction. I used to live Eagle Road, Point Fortin.
Big up yourself.
Yeah, and I used to live Vance River and go and catch crab and come by the road and sell in the younger days.
Yes,
so I know I went Vance River school on top of the hill. Yeah, I went to school there.
Yes,
I know when the orange field was there before the school. And that is really years ago. Right? But the end of everything, all Mr. Felix, this whole system was CPEP when you really sit down and check. They just had the black man, and you know, like a long time you go on the beach and catch crab in a tree and a barrel. Yeah. They wanted to have us like crab in barrel, climbing on top of that to really come out. So this structure in the program will be 100% better. And I sit down and I watch these ministers and them first time in Trinidad and Tobago. Yes. I seen where people really into contract with the small man below, really into contract. Because them things never used to happen in my lifetime for 66 years. If I used to be seeing a prime minister like this one in my lifetime, I really never see that. Being honest, I never see that. And one of the things I congratulate you man for, you man say, I'm not the person from 2015 is a total different person.
Thank you.
And you're naturally seeing it.
Truth.
And you're naturally seeing it. Let me remind you something. Do I tell the old mayor from Arena? I had a conversation with him 2 days ago. So there's always choke talk at me. Yes. So the end I might tell him, I said, could you remember? Kamna Kosa, he says when she was in power in 2010. Remember she went to Africa and she carried Rowley. Remember she carried Rowley.
Yes, she did with no argument and didn't show no talk in his face.
Thank you.
And listen, after all the disrespect he gave her, she never brought back up that in it.
Correct is right. They see all kind of thing when she do that.
So who is the adult? Who ended up being the adult in their circle? She's the adult.
Yeah, so of course. So they have short memory. By the end of the day, I like your topic today. And concerning well, this big brother from Malta, I will call you later and all around 5 and thing and they go talk because I see I see nobody call me.
All right.
So we go talk about it later.
Yeah.
But keep me in mind and say I pray for me now because tomorrow is the same.
Thank you much. Thank you much, big brother. Thank you much. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, family and friends, again, my name is Felix. I must thank our callers, our listeners, our viewers. But again, my responsibility, I am in point 14, so I must explain to you what it is. Canada, big up yourself. I want to big up New York City, England. We had to big up. I must send some love to my mother in Georgia. I must send some love to our brothers and sisters, wherever you are. Bless good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, Mr. Felix. Freeport here.
Freeport, bless afternoon.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Why? Yeah, what happened? I don't know what happened to these people in the country. But I have to say, the PNM supporters.
Mm-hmm.
And that good Samaritan of yours, Anthony Phillip. But that man sour. But what happened with he? I will tell you what happened to he.
Mm-hmm.
My family had a donkey long time. And every time we want to go out on the road, we used to put on a blind where the donkey can't see nothing else except in front of him.
Mm.
And that is what happened to Anthony Williams. He's a donkey, he could only see straight. You can't see nothing on the side. And that man had not one good thing to say about this Prime Minister and the UNC. Not a good thing. I want to know if he, at any time he did get elected to run this country, if that's how he would have behaved. All you're seeing is race. I don't know what's wrong with them fellas. You don't get betterment like that.
Yeah.
You have to be balanced.
Must. And
it's the same thing going on with the PNM losers. I don't call them losers.
Yeah, I don't call them it.
Right? And one thing I want you to advise all the supporters at the UNC.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go with your complaint to the MPs, and if you don't do that, it's too much work for them. I tell all my people who come out to the meeting them, you have to report.
Yes.
Something happened, report it. Because that's what I do in my constituency. You know, when I'm driving around, anything I see, I go into the office and report it.
Yes.
That is the only way the people could work on it right away.
Yes.
Because people saying we're not seeing them. All right, you're not seeing them. You go and look for them. Look for them.
Yeah.
They're in the office. The only thing they have to do is not to just think about all you outside. There are other things to do. There important business to look after. But if you could help them to know what's taking place in your area, it would be much better.
So this is
because when I see
what we're gonna do today.
Well,
hello?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You say I was going to do something today?
Yeah, we're discussing CPEP, so I'm gonna give a conversation, my suggestion. So that I was asking you
Right,
to
right,
listen
yeah.
and give me, if we support him, we
Yeah,
support
yeah.
him.
One minute. I wonder how PNM used to give CPEP contract, because I went in and I asked a question. You had to be a registered contractor
To start with,
before you could get a job.
yes.
So I don't know how this thing used to happen. You know, by
This
the
is what
amount of
we
wrong
don't want.
thing.
This is what we don't want report. So this is why we have
I
to have the
like,
conversation and let the government know what we expect of them.
well, here what happened to me. 3 fellas, I was lying by a past place, 3 of them there, and I didn't know they team up on me to hear what I could say. And we had a heated argument because they're talking about they can't see the MP, and I telling them they lie, and a man give me gun talk. Well, he get the belly full because I telling them this MP is not like the others.
Right,
Because if they're listening to me, I feel they go listen to anybody.
right.
If they have a time, and I tell them, I say, I even tell the manager of the office, I say what I like about you when I come here. Every time they allow me to see you, because you have some of them. When you go to them, the office up telling you they're not there, but they're in the office.
All right.
That's not how it's supposed to be,
All right.
right?
Sense.
So let me cut short and you carry on.
Right. Let me get them the structure, what it is, and analyze with CPEP here. Thank you much, report. Thank you much. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, family and friends, thank you very much. Let me talk a little bit about CPEP and the structuring of CPEP. This is some things that personally I would love to see. Because again, with speaking with the workers and what they expect, now my responsibility is to bring the relevant information to you. So again, based on the direction that CPEP is at right now, obviously some sort of restructuring will have to take place. Must. One thing that I want to see take place, I want CPEP to be a program about the people, for the people. When I say that, I say this based on my experience here in Point 40. CPEP structure, when restructuring, especially, it needs to be a program about the people, for the people, that incorporates the people. Why I am saying that? Enough time I'm driving out at Point 14, and I keep seeing my former mayor, well, now that it's stopped, but the mayor who actually sitting right now, it is disrespectful to be holding that type of position and still running down CPEP contract. So it's either the mayor was the CPEP foreman, the CPEP major engineer, or he was playing a role. So it's time that we get CPEP down to the level to the people. It's time that the people control CPEP. CPEP was designed for the people to enhance the people of Trinidad and Tobago. So I'm asking my governing authority, please, by all means, don't make it be a we restructure in CPEP, and then when the people look at it, it ends up being a political fiasco. Please. The former administration already did that to us. You guys have the opportunity. We have the hope. We have the belief in you. So we expecting you. This is just me, ladies and gentlemen. I am expecting that our governing authority structure CPEP in a way that the people in the community, the people in the society benefits from it, be a part of it, play a major role in CPEP. My next suggestion when it comes to CPEP. CPEP structure, especially in Point 14. I'll give you a breakdown of Point 14, because Point 14, when you hear Point 14, if you're not from Point 14, you might think that Point 14 is just one district. Point 14 consists of different areas, right? Now, if you listen closely, you will realize that Point 14, brothers and sisters, those of us who in our bloodline, people who live in Labre, die Point 14. People who live in Cedros, die Point 14. People who live in Nicacas, that is Point 14. Our Labre, the nice thing with Labre have a member of parliament. But everything under that falls under the member of parliament for Point 14. So Point 14 consists of Gonzal, Tishe Mahaika, Egypt, Fanny Village, Captiville, Chatham, Cedros, Granville. Come on, the list goes on. Buenos Aires, the list goes on and on and on. One of the things that I am suggesting for CPEP, in the restructuring of CPEP, first thing, the program needs to be about the people, of the people, for the people. Second thing, in the different areas, if I am living in Gonzales, why must I be in a crew in Captiville? It makes no sense. We have a new governing authority. The conversation is when UNC win, everybody win. So UNC's responsibility as we, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, endorse, let us mitigate travel for the CPEP workers. Because this is what CPEP workers was going through under the former administration. If you're living in Warden Road, it's a gang in Warden Road, but the gang in Warden Road have people walking quite in the back of Gonzal. It makes no sense. The salary is already small. The pay is drastically outrageous. So my responsibility is to ask that we mitigate travel. How we mitigate travel, ladies and gentlemen? We utilize the brothers and sisters from the district. So if you're living in Chatham, let the CPEP contractor from Chatham, because the contractor must be from the area. Let the CPEP contractor from Chatham hire the persons from Chatham. Buenos Aires, likewise. Separia, likewise. Edinburgh 500, likewise, because it have different parts, different zones, and brothers and sisters have different, because every community have shortcomings, but all the shortcomings is not the same. The reason why I am asking for this is based on when is time for the Office of Disaster and Preparedness, the ODPM, to activate. CPEP is one of the organizations that is expected to be out and about. So I would want to expect, if I am in Warden Road and there's a major tragedy in Warden Road, to start with, the CPEP workers will be the persons. One person don't have to be on the phone to be explaining to every single person. The CPEP workers will know exactly where the shortcomings is, where the tracks is, where how the water does run, which direction, and these type of things. So you want the workers in the direct district to endorse and to be employed in the enhancement of their district. Ladies and gentlemen, again, this is a conversation coming from the workers. Those of you who missed the video, don't think it's one person I spoke to a lot of different persons. A part of the conversation is the CPEP workers is saying that they have no problem making the 8 hours. So it's no problem to get the CPEP workers out 6 a.m. and CPEP willing to make the 2 p.m. So CPEP is agreeing that they're willing to make the 8 hours. So if CPEP is willing to make the hours and we are agreeing, because before I even get into the conversation, people already called in and talk about such a magnificent work that CPEP does in this country. The problem that CPEP find themselves in is that the former governing authority use them as a political football. They study to enhance the contractors instead of bringing relevant support to the workers. Hence the reason of my conversation. The workers must be given an opportunity mitigate financial costs going to work. And on top of that, the workers is arguing to work their 8 hours. 6 to 2 is justifiable. And if the persons who is on the ground, because this information I'm giving you is from the direct CPEP workers. I never worked CPEP. And if the workers who does go out there and do the work is explaining to you that it is no problem to do the 8 hours, well then, brothers and sisters, it leads to a serious conversation this afternoon. Now, the conversation that we started off with before April 28th is when UNC win, everybody win. So we rebuilding Trinidad and Tobago from the ground up. Bless good afternoon, Paul.
Good afternoon.
Bless good afternoon, miss.
Good afternoon to you, Mr. Felix, and good
Bless
afternoon to
afternoon.
your
We're talking
listening
CPEP.
audience.
We're talking CPEP. Talk to us.
I respectfully disagree with you
Talk to me.
concerning the extended hours that you are proposing.
Okay, talk to us.
I understand
Now,
that you
mind
are
you, hold
saying it
hold
is
on.
not you.
Caller, hold on. Because I might going with what a CPEP worker saying. So if you giving me, give me basis. Don't feel like
Well, that
debate.
is what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
No, but this is what I'm saying. I understand it is not you saying it. It is what you were told, or that is what other people said. But I just want to give you a little perspective of somebody. One, I'm just giving you my perspective. Remember, this is open sun or open elements.
Yes.
That has to be taken into consideration. There are other workers as well who do this similar type of job and don't have to work those extended hours. And I think it is because of the particular type of job. Remember, you are in the open sun, you're sweaty, you need a bathroom, and there is none. Right? We need to always have that in mind for these workers.
Right.
We also need to realize that there are other sections of workers. I would just name two. Like I think is there's a section of workers that spray for mosquitoes.
Yes.
I think they are allowed that when they use chemicals and so on, that they would be able to do their job, their task, whatever their allotment is then, and then go home, take a shower, and come out of that chemical clothing.
Yes.
At least that is what I understand.
Yes.
Same thing with people who work county, I think it is. They don't work from morning to evening, and I mean to say, even though I am, so I want that to be in the conversation.
Thank you.
Even though the public is saying these people don't do nothing.
No.
And
Sister, we're not entertaining that. We're not endorsing that on 648.
No, because
we're not entertaining
some people say that, but that is not true. In my area, the CPEP workers come out and they do a good job. When you see they pass, you see what they did.
And in my area,
they did a good job. So I don't know what people talking about, right? So I am advocating that these people get to go home by lunchtime out of that hot sun or rain or whatever elements that they open to. Right? That is my contribution.
Thank you, sister. Thank you, sister.
Right? I just want everybody to be treated, equally, with dignity and not only that, they are doing a job, they are in the open sun, open rain, or what have you. Let them do enough work that is, because if I have to do something in the hot sun, you will see speed for me.
Yes.
So, you know what I'm saying? And then let them go home and, do probably as people suggesting that they go and they do courses and elevate themselves and so on. They need time for that so that they could move up in society too. Right? And also people need information on what is available to them. I believe that a lot of people don't get or have or reach somewhere or go through a particular door simply because they don't know that there are literacy classes available at libraries, most libraries free of charge. There are continuation classes free of charge at the Ministry of Education and afternoon. So people who want to continue their education and go further. So people need these, they need to be edified. They need this information, but like I say, I am on the side of not extending the hours.
Lovely.
Right?
Totally understand this.
Dignity for all.
All right.
God bless you again and your audience.
Thank you much, Miss, for your contribution. Now again, ladies and gentlemen, Kola make a very, very important contribution. Now, which leads to the next topic. Right? The next topic when it comes to CPEP. Because if the CPEP workers are saying that they have no problem, because this is the conversation coming from some of the workers, they have no problem working the 6 to 2. Sister, I understand what you're saying, but our responsibility, we also must keep into consideration the resources that CPEP actually working for. So it's one out of two things. Why I having this conversation today, I look at the uproar that Trinidad and Tobago give when CPEP, when our governing authority, Ms. Kamala Prasad, Bisesa, Ms. Khadija Amin, Barry Pararat, the Attorney General, when everybody started speaking about CPEP and the conversation came out that something had that, we had to stop this thing, we had to pause. We were told that the reality is a lot of poor people is dependent on CPEP. So now we hold on to the facts. A lot of poor people is dependent on CPEP. So we started with a lot of poor brothers and sisters is dependent on CPEP. My responsibility to put the conversation into character is that CPEP has been done for a little bit based on the corrupt activities that took place with the former administration. Now, I went out and had a conversation with the CPEP workers. Now, the CPEP workers is explaining they have no problem working the 6 to 2 because this is where we have the opportunity. Brandon, bless afternoon, semantics. Tom, bless afternoon, everybody. Because this is where the conversation comes in realistically. We just come out of listening. If the CPEP workers had any form of power, any form that they are actually people, the former administration would have never get to play all them games solo. Let me be real. The people they use to fill the meetings, the information is public. The people who they threaten that they have to come to meetings, the information is public. So if it is we actually care about those brothers and sisters, and some is saying, no, mind me, I want to hear from a CPEP worker after I make this statement where I'm making here. I spoke to CPEP workers. CPEP workers said they have no problem making the 8 hours. Now, let me be real and reasonable. If you go back on the page, you would notice we bounce up a video where it have a gentleman in Point 14 who paid the operator 300 and he paid the helpers to somebody. Now, I am not looking to put that demand on my government. I am fully aware where Trinidad and Tobago is at. I'm fully aware of the years of neglect and the years of disrespect by the former administration. So I am not looking to put my administration to that. But my responsibility is to have a justifiable conversation for human beings in this country. Let me see what's going on here. What's going on? Well, what is this? Ladies and gentlemen, for some strange reason, the phone screen just staying black. I don't understand what's going on here at all. But either way, we come to work. So while we're working, we go talk. So here it is. So we say 62, sister, you say you're not supporting that. I will give you the conversation why I am saying 62. Right. Big brother, bless afternoon. Bless afternoon. Talk to me.
Good afternoon, Mr. Felix.
Yes, man.
Let me be real. The last wicked PNN government used the CPEP because of a political tool and a puppet.
Yes. Yes.
They load up max the load and get them in all the meeting and them, and everything go to threatening them.
Yes.
For the work. But let me be real. The CPEP workers do a marvelous job, Mr. Felix. All 5 in the morning will be outside, right?
Yeah.
You know, CPEP, you can't get a loan.
That is what I'm saying. So this is my conversation
you
today. This is where I'm going.
CPEP, you know?
This is where I'm going. Because CPEP people is people, they're responsible for beautifying the nation. If there's any person supposed to be taken into consideration when it comes to upliftment, especially in their family, supposed to be CPEP workers, despite how you feel.
Yeah, them work harder than corporation workers.
But we now get 10 years of failure. If CPEP workers was in government, you know what happened? What you doing, man?
Yeah. But the young guy with the interview you do, right? He's seen a man working from 6 to 2. But with a raise of pay.
Listen, that where I'm going, brother. That is where I'm going. That is exactly where I'm going. So which means I'm going to expect you to call back.
Yeah.
Lovely. So ladies and gentlemen, as we deal with it one by one, first suggestion is the program supposed to be people-based, people-oriented. Second suggestion, the brothers and sisters who in the area work from the area, work in their area. It mitigates travel, it mitigates all the unnecessary conversation. The next thing is the adjustment of the working hours, which leads to the reality of our conversation. Blessed afternoon, Freeport.
Freeport again, but I want to ask that lady a question. Where she was for the past 10 years, that she didn't know the CPEP workers was going through all of this? Only after the government changed, everybody's seen everything. What had happened? What had happened from 1956 until 2025, with the sugar workers and them who used to be in the hot sun cutting cane almost all day?
Thank you.
The agriculture farmers.
What about the fishermen? Who fish the
whole fishermen.
Day? What about the men who working offshore in the hot sun whole day?
Some of those fishermen only know that they left in either Caribe or Point 14 shore.
Yeah.
And they don't know if they're coming back.
But I was hoping
why nobody wasn't talking.
I was hoping one of you all calling concerning that hot sun thing, because that is not an excuse. That is not an excuse.
Yeah. I work in the sugarcane industry, you know.
Thank you.
And when you hear you're working, you don't study about the hot sun. You're studying to make $1.
Thank you.
Right? And these people that talking now never think about people. They never care about people like we who working out there, hot sun and rain.
Yeah.
All they care about themselves, that you know they could go somewhere and put their hand and grab something and they happy. Forget we. Only when they need we support, they know we.
Yeah.
And thank God, a lot of us open our eye for the 28th of April, and we see where we was going.
Yeah.
All we have to do, and I'm telling the people and them, just give them some time. They don't have the money, and after the budget, hopefully we will see a lot of things changing. So, you know, let these people and them know, man. Let them know. I don't know how it is. Everybody get mouth, eyes, strength, ears, everything. Everything they get, boy.
I had no suggestion before.
But this is what. Oh, I don't know if they never used to see, watch news, or they didn't have TV and things before, whatever, to know exactly what's going on.
True.
Everything is Kamala and UNC. Everything is Kamala and UNC.
But me, I talking to my Kamala, and I talking to my UNC, I talking to my coalition, and my responsibility is just tell them what it is I endorse and why I expect of them. Me ain't demanding nothing, because the fact remains the people of Trinidad and Tobago, we understand where we are, and it is expected that our government will follow suit with what the people is expecting. Hence the reason for the conversation.
The two pre-budget consultation I went in. I asked that they talk to the leader and look after people like me, disabled people, senior citizens, poor people. Look after we. Make life better for we.
Make it better.
Because under the PNM, it wasn't better.
Yeah, true. That's true.
And they had to look in, and I want them to look in to social welfare and to NIS that giving a lot of people trouble. And I don't know where these PNM people was before the 28th. They didn't know whatever social welfare was given out to the people, tell them go and get it. It's only after the 28th they know that. And this is the problem I having with them.
Yeah.
So you take care, brother. Keep up the good work. I know a lot of people would not like you, but you like yourself, and that's the most important thing.
Thank you very much.
Forget all of it.
Yes, man.
Yeah, you keep up. You have people like me and others to support you.
Thank you much. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, Freeport, for your contribution. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me move to the next stage of the conversation. Now, I just addressed more work for more hours. Right? So here is the scene. 6 to 2 is what I suggest, based on the conversation with speaking with direct CPEP workers. Now listen to the direction I am going with this conversation here. We have to discuss workman pay. Because if we don't discuss workman pay, we will end up being a bunch of jokers, a bunch of hypocrites. So this is what we don't want to be, jokers and hypocrites. Our responsibility is to have a relevant conversation so our governing authority will understand that we understand what we expect of them. So let's get to work. Workman pay. Right now, a CPEP operator, which is the Wakaman, the Kotaman, however you want to pronounce him, working for $140 under CPEP, constitutionally on the books. That is the data. And the first conversation will come up now is that CPEP does only work this hours to this hours. I am bringing the relevant information to you that the CPEP workers is saying this hour to this hour for this money is not making sense. So they have no problem working from 6 to 2, giving the people of Trinidad and Tobago a full 8 hours. Full 8 hours. Our responsibility is to endorse a justifiable pay. Trinidad and Tobago, this is where we get to work. $140 for a day work is an insult. No matter how you calculate it, it makes no sense. Trinidad and Tobago have a minimum wage. What is the excuse? How much money are we paying the operators? Now we keep it in mind, brothers and sisters, while we go forward, our governing authority have some brilliant minds, so I know what it is I am saying. They will weed out and take and implement the relevant things. So I'm talking this with confidence because I expect the governing authority, they said when UNC win, everybody win. So I expect my governing authority to take what it is I am saying into consideration. Now let me be real and reasonable. We heading out to work. We have a Kotaman, a Wakaman. Obviously, the word is an operator. We have an operator working for $140 an hour. Now, the same operator that working for the $140 an hour, the average person in this country, under the impression that the worker is comfortable going home, coming out 6 o'clock and going home at past 8, 10 o'clock, and this type of thing. The work, my responsibility is to tell you that is not what the worker is saying. The worker is saying that they have no problem making a justifiable day work for a justifiable pay. So coming out 6 o'clock and finish work 2 o'clock, to the worker, it is justifiable. So 6 o'clock to 2 o'clock is 8 hours. This is where we must speak mathematics now. Now, brothers and sisters, our responsibility is to hold on. The minimum wage in this country is $20.50. $20.50, all the fight, all the lobbying, all the thing, and all the ups and the downs we had for CPEP workers. My suggestion, a CPEP up, yes. $140 a day, look like Terran saying what? $140 a day, not per hour. Now, we understand that. It's $140 a day, not per the hour, not per hour. So now we're going to break it down to hours now. Because the workers and them is saying they have no problem coming out 6 in the morning and finishing 2. Right? So let me go with it. An operator, the Kotaman, the Wakaman, however you normally just pronounce him. My suggestion, I am suggesting my governing authority, seeing that the minimum wage is $20.50, and we had already spoke about how important CPEP contribution is in this country, I am suggesting, please, at $30 an hour for the operators. This is just my conversation. $30 an hour, not taking the Wakaman, the operator man, same conversation. It's not taking them to $300. It's taking the Wakaman to $240 a day. It's taking it to we wanted more, but we understand that Trinidad and Tobago is in a crisis. My governing authority cannot afford it, and I understand that. So I must come up with a figure that is reasonable. $30 an hour totals to $240 a day. Now listen. Listen. While we deal with CPEP, we have the helpers like the raker, the waterman, all these people and them. My suggestion for those brothers and sisters, because $80-something a day, barely being able to cross $100 a day is an insult. That is not working. That is an insult. If the people of Trinidad and Tobago, especially those who stood up and talked that the UNC fighting down and UNC don't want CPEP to move forward and UNC fighting down CPEP and UNC don't care about nobody. Well, I'm asking your support today for $25 an hour. $25 an hour. Why are you asking for $25 an hour? Over the past few weeks, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, despite where they politically stand, every single person give contribution of how valuable the CPEP worker is. And if the CPEP worker is valuable, well then we, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, we must encourage our governing authority. We must encourage them and let them know. Look, somebody put up paying NIS as well. We must let our governing authority know that we have no problem with them making the relevant investment in CPEP, in our brothers and sisters. Again, we're making CPEP be about the people, for the people, to endorse the people. Now, while the people is being endorsed, them same persons is who have been responsible for beautifying our communities, for beautifying our nation. So, brothers and sisters, with all the argument, I'm putting you to attest today. I need you to call in and you tell me if CPEP workers who asking that they should go to 8 hours. You now them didn't tell me about the $30 an hour. But if we saying 8, well then we have to show the form of respect. So if we say 8, well then we have operators. I am suggesting $30 an hour for the operator. I'm suggesting $25 an hour for the helper. Doctor, my brother. Doctor, we. Boy.
You know them CPEP workers and them. You know when they just make money, they rush to work, they see carnival time. They want to make the money because you know what they get a day? $300 a day.
A day. Carnival.
$300 a day. So all them CPEP workers be rushing.
So let me ask you a question.
Because everybody want to end now.
Let me ask you a question now. Based on what it is I have said so far, CPEP workers agreeing to make the 8 hours, and on top of that, this is me adding to it. That the operator $30 an hour and the helper at 20. So $240 a day.
Poor people, more money for poor people is better. But only poor people economy can't float because we spend the money. We spend the money.
Right.
That's right.
Yes.
So
yes.
if we get more money, it's better for the economy, so the economy can be moving around.
Yes.
But I hear AK Johnny Sukarang come crying out when we trying to transform this CPEP. He said a woman who has 7 children, she collecting $1,400 a fortnight. She has rent to pay. She has books to buy. She has mortgage to pay. She can pay all them things with $1,400 a fortnight.
No, that's my thing. That's my thing.
And CPEP is come like a month. Because you work 2 weeks and you have to wait 2 weeks. Just like URP.
Yes.
And URP, they take 3 shirts and they break in you.
Yes.
So you come like you in a whole day.
Yes.
Then breaking your service. So you can't get no benefit. You can't go by no bank and say borrow no money and all these kind of things. But who creates the people in URP? I'm sure it's the PNM do that. They keep black people down to the lowest bottom of the ladder. That's the voter base. Well, that's why they come out and fight it.
This is why I'm utilizing the option because my government mix. My government, African government selling people dreams. My prime minister is Indian, my minister of Homeland Security is African, Khadija Amin is Douglas David Lee, Chinese mix. So we mix. So this is why I'm putting it out.
Them always trying to push, but tell something, I am on the ground. Them always trying to push like UNC is a racial government and don't like black people. If black people don't like black people,
Thank
go
you.
along PNM in power.
Thank you.
Since God was that little boy.
Thank
and
you.
what the areas were concerned for in the PNM, Felix.
Yes. Thank
Like
you.
Lavanti and all them places.
Thank you.
No proper schools, nothing at all. And PNM, they never forsake PNM.
Yes,
so black people have to look in the mirror and watch yourself.
Yes.
And talk to them black men, them who fail, we miserably.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Thank
you. Thank you much, brother. Bless good afternoon. Bless good afternoon, brother.
Good afternoon, blessed brother Felix and all listeners on the live.
Talk to me, we're talking CPEP. Talk to me.
So we're doing a job valuation and a structure.
Yes.
So I will create the indulgence. Now, how much councillors comprise of the borough council? How much district?
In my zone, in my area is 6. 6 councillors.
6 councillors. No. How much councillors in electoral district? There's 6 and how much in total? Like
in total in Trinidad and Tobago, total is 159 councillors.
No, boss. That's all. Wait. That's all. Those are like how Siparia have 14 electoral districts that comprise the borough council.
Yes.
Right? How much you have in Point Fortin?
6.
6 only, right?
Yeah.
Electoral district.
Yes, ma'am.
For councillors. Okay. So, which means, because Siparia, how the geographic is in Point Fortin, we were staying in Point,
yeah,
is that Siparia take Pisa Cedros, right, from Chatham go down. Then you come and you go Buenos Aires to Erin, and you come up in Santa Flora far as Sobo Junction, Palaseco there, somewhere around there.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
That will be for the electoral district of Point Fortin.
Yes.
Right? And then we come up for as Cochrane Gonzal, just on top of the hill there.
Yes,
going back down to Point. Right. So now, the geographic spread, right? And how it spins. The structure is how many contractors will be in that Point Fortin constituency.
This is the conversation today. This is why we having the dialogue.
Right. Then, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so what I'm saying, so that this is a figure we have to chart. So you have an idea how much it would like to be in the structure?
How much people would like to be in the structure?
How much group, meaning how much contractors in the structure for Point Fortin, meaning that 10, 12, 6 or 6 more again.
No, well, basically, if CPEP responsibility is to handle and maintain the sides of the roads and handle these things and them. And now call out for you, Gonzal is one, Tisha Mahaika. Tisha and Mahaika is 2 different zones. So I am actually encouraging at least 3 groups or 4 groups per zone. And in a lot of cases, 5 groups. I don't know how Siparia, because Siparia is one of the biggest constituency. But in Point Fortin, Egypt is a very big area. Tisha Mahaika is a very big area. Fanny Village, a next different zone. New Village, big zone. Captiville is our next zone. Then we even touch Chatham yet. We ain't go down Erin yet. Partners, we have some information. So what I'm saying is at least in different zones, you have to remediate based on the size of the zone. In Point Fortin itself, if you're looking at Egypt, I will cater for at least about 3. Fanny Village consists of Warden Road and Fanny Village and part of Captiville. We go say about 4 to 5. Yeah,
because when you move down all to Gone Hill, Cemetery Hill, and come back, it's the UCT and the surrounding day. Yeah. Right? Because remember, we have to come back to the Mora side.
Yes.
Right? Because at Bongri, peace that is UCT settlement by the poorhouse and thing. Yeah. Huh? Because remember, the elaborate.
Right.
So we come. Yeah, so we Bongri with that, right? So in all, you're looking at close to about 25 contractors to service the area.
Yes.
Right?
At least 30.
Good.
30.
So we
say 30.
Yeah, so because we're doing a structure, a proposal structure, right?
Yes.
And each group will have a comprise of, I think is 8 or 9 or 10.
This is a part of the problem too, because when you look at it, ever so often we just be passing on the road in some of them gangs, we cut a man cutting, and then people waiting to rake. So our responsibility now, while we endorsing the structure, we actually make it make sense. It don't make no sense we have 7 and 18 people on a group. Let we have at least 3 operators, and we must have at least 3 helpers or 2 helpers. So we could chisel it down a little more to take more control of it.
Right. So over the board, if you have 3 quarters, there is 6 workers, 2, 4, 6 workers to hold the screen. Right? So and 3 quarters, that is 5.
Right.
And they need 2 quarters, that is 7. That is the minimum we could go. Because if you have 3 quarters and you have 3, because you have 6 persons holding the screen. Right? 2 to each side.
Yeah, you're 2
so that is 5. That is 6 screen man. Right? 3 quarters, because remember each side of the screen is 2 sides.
Right.
So you're holding one single.
Right.
So, because if you're holding like how some of them is holding, one man holding up in the center and walking like Jambalasi, right? And it's straight to one man. There's no problem, but we check 7, right? Good. No, we're going good enough. No, you understand the structure, right?
Yeah.
So we establish that. What I'm saying, you cost me and you ban me from talking to your show. I feel, now remember I negotiated that structure with you. So I feel we ask for the 30 for the cutter man, right? But if we get it 25 for the cutter man, right?
Yeah.
In the 8 hours, right?
Now that is still, the government working with me. They're still working with me.
Right? So we know when we negotiating, we have to go a little higher to get the percentage we were looking at. So and if you check it, right? At the minimum wage, if we like to work with the helpers or the laborers who raking and holding blind, we get on the 20 an hour, right? There's only 160, right? But if we bring it out, to your 25, that's only 200.
Thank you.
Right? So, in other words, a man holding a machine, right? He getting just a $40 more if you really check it at the 25. Right? So when you check it 20 and 25, it's more realistic, and we ask for more contractors in our constituency.
Yes, we do.
But make sure this time when we ask for more contractors to employ, that these contractors and them, it's just going to get 30 and 40,000 to best manage and write the timesheet and drop it in St. Madeleine. You understand? Them contractors are them.
I'm here seeking these, and them playing them games and Barry Padder. So I don't think the contractor will get the opportunity to do that. I didn't see that.
No. Remember, in the last structure, a contractor was getting $30,000 and $25,000 a month or something to just drop in timesheet, right? So what I'm showing you, we take it away from the contractor, right? For the month. A minimum of 15,000 across the board, right? So that the workers, that extra money for the month, we put it for the workers, right? And we increase, like as we say, you're looking for 30 established group in your constituency.
So we're saying making sense, you know. You take the money, some of the money from the contractors, because obviously contractors have been luxuriously living off of that, and the workers has not been benefiting from it. So that is something that could be looked into to and all. Go ahead.
But that is it, because you're saying make it make sense.
Yes.
And the contractor, if he say he can make with 15,000 minimum,
well, okay then.
Tell him that you go and look for something else.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You go in a different category. And this is that you ask for 30 groups, right? But you're telling, when you're proposing, I feel I see it with that if you get the cutter man, you have 3 of them, you have 6 of them holding that, and 2 coming behind waking up, right?
Yes.
And the contractor who get the contract to have these people execute the job, right? Then get 15,000. I feel that is very good. Because if you divide 50 by 30, right? That is well over and above.
Yes, that is.
And you get more people employed.
Thank you.
Because we look at a program to employ people.
Thank you.
Right? And when, as the caller say, I would like when we hire the workers on them and the contractor to let them know this is a tropical island. We have 2 weather. We have hot sun and rain. That you come out, we have to do a mile of work. We get the mile of work. If we do it in 2 minutes time, the majority do lie. So that can improvise for the hot sun. So I feel 15 for contractor, 33 more group in point 40. And the worker man, we ask for 30, we get 25, we good. We ask for 25, we get 20, we good for the laborers. Have a nice day, brother Felix. Don't cost me. You take no policy if I make sense.
I've taken that because I didn't realize that the contractor was getting paid all that money. So I've taken that. That means that the governing authority don't have to go and look for money. Bless good afternoon, caller. Bless afternoon, caller.
Yeah, this big brother calling McBoy. Yeah, we're going on the topic. That topic, you could not choose a better topic today than the topic you're choosing. Because at the end of the day, what's going on? You open the minds of real people. It's not only looking at CPEP as they're talking about the corruption and they're talking about the corruption. But you talk things early on like the CPEP workers, you talk to them and do a better organization of the program. If you're living in an area, you know what make real sense? Don't take somebody who, like somebody who can Malabar and you send them a remand. Yeah. Them things make no sense. Because the money they're working for. Yeah, the money they're working for is better you have them in the area where they live. Because them know the area inside out. They know the area inside out. They get better access, like to the washroom, to the toilet. It plenty better. It save the government money like carrying around this toilet thing all over the place.
Yes, man.
It make it an easy access.
Yes.
They had them working in the little area where they live because there are real things to do in the little areas. Cleaning a drain, cutting a grass. Let me tell you something. Years ago, I got a contract in Umera doing construction. And I get some guys, and the guys, they give me a price, they never come. I see the CPEP workers when they done work, and them come for 7 of them. And within about less than an hour, they cut down all that bush and thing from and so there's a really efficient people. And it's really nice people working in there. Not all of them you see will be this and that and the other.
Yes.
You know? So educated people, what we need in China right now is education. Because too long people have been walking upside down because they're fooling me for all these years, fooling me for all these years. You understand? And at the end of the day, the topic you're opening this evening, brother, God bless you. Yeah, trust what I'm telling you. Because at the end of the day, you're opening the minds of the people. You're opening the minds. Because when you hear the views of the public, some of them wasn't even, because tell me before, where you could have get them views on that and then you could have call in and get these ideas. Tell me where you could have, tell me where. 3 people I look up to. I look up to you. I look up to TC. I look up to Heavy. Because God bless all you always. You know what I mean? And keep it, on your foot and educating the people. Because at the end of the day, it's nothing about you. You know? It's God inspiring you to do His work. There is nothing about you.
Thank you much, brother.
Nothing about you. You understand?
Yes, man.
And praise God always and put Him first in everything. Love in the house.
Big brother, thank you much.
Yeah, man.
I seen a comment from Clive here. Clive Tracy. When you pay contractors $15,000, who responsible for providing gasoline, strings, maintaining the equipment? Just asking. Clive, you need to get to some of them CPEP contractors and find out who actually own the worker. The CPEP contractors have been abusing the cutter man because they have to come with their own cutter. The cutter man have been maintaining his own cutter, have been maintaining his own gasoline. Let me be real, even in the Borough Corporation, that has been going on under the former administration. Let me don't act like we don't know what we're talking about. So let me be real and reasonable while we continue to navigate. Right? So again, ladies and gentlemen, why we lobby for this money? I mean, I better say 25 an hour and he say 20 an hour, but we can't pay 20 an hour because 20 is under minimum wage, because minimum wage is 20.50. So at the end of the day, if all of us collectively saying that the CPEP workers, we appreciate them and we support them because when them jump out to work, they just give us the value for money. Well, then we can't pay them on that minimum wage because legally being paid on that minimum wage is an insult. So we don't want that for the CPEP workers. We want our CPEP workers, despite who in government. We don't want to politicize CPEP. CPEP have been politicized, thank God. Khadija Amin and this governing authority standing that we sort this dotishness out because they could have sweep it under the carpet, adjust the whole thing and go back to work. This is not what we're saying. Our conversation is to be a part of the upliftment of Trinidad and Tobago, and ladies and gentlemen, with bringing the relevant support, making our CPEP workers be a part. Because I telling all you, people from CPEP, it have people in CPEP who fighting up on the children in college right now. The children in college right now. And let me be real and reasonable. The number one question is supposed to be how the hell them people eating and drinking. So if we get an opportunity with a new government to have a conversation to bring some upliftment to CPEP, not because you're working, they mean you go ignore the shortcomings. The salary is not enough. The structure that they're working with is not enough. Were you telling me the whole appoint 14 pass and see the mayor stand up with the hand fold in the back of CPEP workers? That didn't affect nobody. That was disrespectful because I hired you as a mayor. Your responsibility is supposed to be the upliftment of Point 14. You're supposed to be busy turning Point 14 into a cultural hub, turning Point 14 into an industry, turning Point 14 into a place where people could fellowship, love, and participate. He was more busy with CPEP. Felix in Point 14, the man, mouth slipping. He worked for 2 jobs, First Reserve and CPEP. No problem. No, he worked First Reserve. He was CPEP first, and then he moved on to First Reserve. Don't try to throw the man off because the man clarified that. He worked CPEP first, and then he moved on to First Reserve. That is what the gentleman said. Don't tie up the man. Don't do me that. What it is I am saying, ladies and gentlemen, out of us endorsing CPEP and actually endorsing CPEP 8 hours pay, CPEP could play some different roles in society. You know, when I say some different roles, we have to understand and actually come to terms with the role that CPEP actually is playing. Because brothers and sisters, CPEP could be into the same thing we say cutting. CPEP could actually be into manicuring, meaning making sure and set up and cut all the edges, making sure everything good. And landscaping, this is what it is we expect. Now, while we at it, making the 8 hours, all right, CPEP got a task. The task is to execute this year when the day reach. All right, the day reach, they don't beat out the task. But yet still they reach upon, because where the cutting have an empty lot, where somebody, either the family living in foreign, or they have somebody handling something. You see, when you start to ask them kind of, Dolly, when you start to ask them kind of question, you will make poor people know that you have been living to a standard that you have been lost in this country for the longest. To even ask a foolish question like that, the person who actually pay the money, what take place on Clifton Hill Beach, the conversation is not about that person. The conversation is actually about the CPEP workers. And if you notice the level of my conversation, I'm not asking for 300 for the cutter, man. Me and demanding 280 or 285 for the helper. That is not what I am demanding. What it is I am saying, if it happened in Point 14, well then something could be done to enhance it. Now mind me, I have any conversation based on Point 14. 72% of the revenue that took care of this nation, took care of the Caribbean, took care of Venezuela, and extension came from Point 14. So I start in the conversation here and I am expecting other electoral district to actually ricochet off of it. If we care that much about CPEP, we care that much about Trinidad and Tobago, well then our brothers and sisters who have been working for the least, despite where they politically stand, we know a new government is in power. We are confident in Khadija Amin. We are confident in Barry Padara. But I have confidence in my member of parliament, Mr. Raymond Onesto Kiza. And trust me, based on the information I'm continuing to bring for you, it seems to me that the people in Trinidad and Tobago continue to have confidence in Ms. Kamala Persad-Bissessar. But we can't sit back and leave all the responsibility, all the planning, all what we expect up to them. So this is the reason for the conversation today. So you don't try to take a video that I put out and make it be about the person. That person is not looking for employment. It's the people who he hire, they're continuing to look for employment. Why I am telling you this conversation is so important that I need my governing authority to hear what it is I am saying, because if we continue to navigate in that direction and the 15th of August pass, you know what we end up with? We end up with school looking to open, mothers not having the relevant things in place for their children, and that would mean that we fail. We fail as a people. And seeing that my government is not based on failure, well, then my responsibility as a citizen is to bring the information from the ground. Because if UNC fail, we fail. Whatever way you politically stand, if UNC fail, we fail. And if UNC is giving us the opportunity to be a part of contributing to the upliftment of Trinidad and Tobago, this is why I'm asking you. If you think it is just to leave the CPEP workers at $140, while the words coming out from the same CPEP worker mouth, they are human beings. They're tired of being puppets. They're tired of hearing that they have to go to this meeting to support a political group who over the years, the history, they have never supported their own persons. They never supported Trinidad and Tobago. So let's be real and reasonable. So while we speak, ladies and gentlemen, CPEP cutting. CPEP had 8 hours to make. They don't beat out the task. But here is, it have an empty lot in the corner there. We're growing bush. Tanti living next door, mosquito in she waste. Tanti don't pay she debt to society. She collecting pension, but mosquito in she waste. She have to do back in she pension money to buy bog mat and cockset and all these kind of things that she not supposed to be smelling. The same CPEP team, the same group, cut down the lot. You do a little planting. We don't care who own it. You wasn't maintaining it. When you're ready for your thing, you get your thing. Nobody taking your thing. You put a little sorrel, you put a little peas, you put a little thing. It could at least share back between the CPEP workers and even the brothers and sisters in the community. If we at least make the job a respectable job. We can't sit down and talk about, oh, the CPEP workers under pressure, and Felix, you and the UNC, all you're wicked and bad. And we get opportunity to endorse the conversation, to uplift the same man that we saying under pressure, the same man that beautifying our nation. And pull argument, I don't know if you're noticing, the brothers and sisters, those of us who say that we yellow till yellow is the code and UNC is what we supported, you notice the brothers and sisters not arguing what's going on. Watch, look at the chat. Because it's food for thought. It's food for thought. Yes, washroom should be provided also. So what it is I am saying, if the thing is about uplifting Trinidad and Tobago, look how much porta potty is not a normal thing. That is not a normal conversation. So, all right, so if it is we have to work a porta potty group or CPEP in eventually, again, could come from the same planting. All we have to do is empower our brothers and sisters. Give them more work, more money, same time. Listen what the man say. Listen what Don saying. But at the same time, you can't get more work because the structure of PNM is upside down right now. When you're passing, you see 2 men cutting and 17 people stand up. And when you talk to the people and them who actually stand up, them actually want to do things, you know. I know a man who get fired from 10 days because he go on to work and have no material. He borrow a barrow and tote material from one location to the next. A good distance away and they fire the man, you know. So it have people out there who understand that their contribution is needed. Semantics say that the CPEP workers should be mandated to elevate themselves after certain period of employment. And I totally agree with that, semantics. I totally agree with that. This is where the conversation come in way while the cutting. Same worker man, same screen man, same raker man. You bounce up an empty plot. It has so much empty houses, so much empty areas around the area. Same CPEP workers. They don't beat out the task, they monitor the same garden. Now mind me, in that same crowd, I am 100% sure you mightn't get everybody out of the squad. But if out of every CPEP group going forward, we could at least get 2 farmers. Because people will feel encouraged while you're cutting, you're planting, and while you're planting, you're passing, you're doing your cleaning up, you're passing, and you're doing your molding up. When it's time to reap, they could sell back the same products. They could. So this is what it is we say. Let me take this call here. Bless good afternoon, caller. Bless good afternoon.
All right. Yeah, well, I want to know a few things about it. We talking about the people guys today and I asked them to charge. So the return says that a personal allowance is $72 for the year. So that's $6,000 a month.
Yeah.
These people are not even making half of that.
They're not making half of that.
They're not making half of that and then blast and pay them. All of a sudden, pay them get black. You understand?
Sure.
No, I see that because listen, which man I live here in Mara? Yeah, see that guy will be here from 5:45 in the morning. And then they'll do a real splendid job.
Yes.
You know anybody say that there? 2 men take up work and walk down the road and waking out bottle and things from the grass. Making sure that when the wakaman pass.
Yeah.
Grass cutting clean. The next thing is, I wonder how much of them wakamen know to fix the waka if anything happens in the ground.
Yeah, caller, correct me if I'm wrong. You don't know the wakaman that's at the committee on waka.
Well, listen, that's why I understand too. But I know that at one time, a couple contractors who supplied
They're
to waka.
supposed to. They're supposed to.
But, so wait that. These men are never going to work with the waka. They pay them for that.
Same
You have to pay a waka about 150 to 200 for the engine for the day. You understand?
Yeah, man.
Even so, you have to get development in them and then.
True. True.
Right? You get them that to learn this small engine. And even though when they finish work and somebody has a problem with the engine, they could fix that themselves and make a little extra money.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Now I watched the interview with you yesterday and that was well done. Well done.
Thank you.
I know the 300, when if I was thinking about when Mr. Trevor was gaining that money, that was just a thing. But you see that same figures you come up with it? I come up with them same figures yesterday. Right? And that 240, and if you get 240 and the labors, and then you get around 24, 25, and then get that.
Yes.
But you can't give them that, take a whole week and a half to pay them. They're not paying them everything that they earn. Right? So they're not going to pick up the parents, half school from school, and all this kind of thing.
Yes.
So when they finish program, they have to also go back there and change and go and pick up the train.
Yes.
And somebody say I think I'll be hiring vehicle to carry the train.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, man.
All right, by the way. Who the people on? Who the people on? You remember that?
Yeah, break up there.
I said, who the people on?
The people who come like, you don't see that? We show them over the weekend again.
All right, okay.
We show them over the weekend again. The evidence is right here. We are hoping these they could bring that news right.
We thought to start with back the political leader. Right, so we're going to go again.
Thank you very much.
Right,
yes, man. Who the people want? Good one. Because again, the people of Trinidad and Tobago have already expressed themselves since April 28th. But seeing that it was needed internally, no problem. The United National Congress and the coalition fix the problem. The people continue to say that they want Miss Kamala Prasad Bisesa. Big brother, bless good afternoon.
Oh, Mr. Felix.
Talk to me.
I went across yesterday because, I went across by the UNC headquarters. I went and give the Pope governor, the Honorable Congress, nobody come to contest it.
Lovely.
But she will be there for next term.
Yes, man.
But someday she gotta give up. Someday she gotta pass on the batter.
But here the difference with she, because I don't know what's going on. Remember, them man and them doesn't want to go home.
Yeah.
That next one, they only tiptoe out at least your young day because he had cocoa in his son. They doesn't like to go home. So I don't know she would make the right decision at the relevant time, but she know the people at Trinidad and Tobago need her support right now. She know that.
Yeah. But Mr. Felix, we celebrating Black Emancipation Day.
How, boy? How?
Remember, they were all Rolly doing for the last 9 years. You know, he put black at the end of them.
Rolly, you're talking to John Jeremy. TFCT Union and talking to PSA Union. How we celebrating African emancipation, mate?
Yeah, but Mr. Felix, I see everybody rushing up by the Savannah Day. I only seeing tents and tables and all these kind of things and all toilets and things.
Yeah.
Who own them things?
But it's African emancipation, eh?
Yeah. For 40 something years plus in PLM power, they give you a piece of land so we can have a big emancipation day, whatever they name it.
Yeah.
Village, they call the Indian lobby. Like, boy, who passed away, the name the Indian man who lobby, they get a place. The build called the Wali Naga.
Yeah.
One of the Indian arrival in they could go up that other place where they call at home.
Thank you.
And the same plan I would have seen, we would have like we roll and all that cost me. We rent 10 from them.
Thank you.
Because we know we wear them 10 and them. So not me. We not put on a dakishiki and go by no servant papa show myself. Right now the custom, right now they're saying they were whenever canvas so they give them land and give them this and give them that.
Land.
And the PNM was there for the last 9-10 years.
Wait. Give them land. 4 months ago, the former administration was in office.
Yeah.
What going on?
He signed up on a piece of land before he pass on the battle for the Black Emancipation community.
Nah.
He can them the land up in Tree City up there.
Now we are playing no games.
Yeah.
We are playing no games. You can't play the people at Trinidad and Tobago no more. Blessed afternoon, caller. All right, that call drop. You call me back when you're ready, caller. So listen, I see Paul Sammy say open. Not Paul Sammy. Semantic says so if they have to bring their own worker workers, better they do their own. That is what we're saying. This is what we're saying. But again, remember, we come with conversation. Remember, we come to actually make a difference. So I'm getting down to the worker conversation. I'm going to take this call and when we get back to that. Bless good afternoon, Freeport. Talk to me.
Good afternoon. When you was calculating the 3 workerman, the 3 workerman and the 6 screen personnel, you miss out 2 flagmen with whistle.
Right. Yes.
To control the traffic.
Yes.
Right.
And then we still at that we recommend them, eh? We recommend and we recommend
yes.
them. Yeah.
Yes. So
that's the nice thing. That's why all we need to talk. That's why all we need to talk. That's why you call the thing. Thank you very much for that call, man.
But here what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
For paying a workerman 160 with his own worker, that is advantage.
Actually is 140.
What 140?
Yeah, it's 140.
But I'm more than because a man with a worker would go to cut around your house in an hour to make a $200-300. And you want to get this man, the people are working for 8 hours. Now that is unfair. That is unfair.
The structure that PNM that CPEP have right now, the workers and them is saying that they have no problem working the extra hours, so that come out early and go home early. What they're saying is that they are all fed up at that. They're fed up of that grass growing, and better you just work me as a regular working person.
Well, what they're supposed to do, Felix, get all the CPEP in together and talk to them and ask them what they want.
Well, that's
Let
why I
the
bring into
CPEP
you
workers make a choice.
What I bring into you here is a conversation that I had in point 14. So hopefully that it spread
Right.
throughout the nation.
Right. Let the people and them decide if they want to work 8 hours, from what time to what time, and a salary.
Yeah.
If they feel like they could work 10 hours, put a salary for that and let the people work.
Yeah.
Give them the choice to work.
Yeah.
Because people need money now.
Yes.
And this 140 and 120 and thing that can't
That
pay,
insult,
boy.
man, I insult. That's an insult.
Yeah, but them want 47% and
45,
oh God.
46 and all kind of thing percent.
They only know about themselves. And this is what I say about this 13 MPs that the PNM have. Is only after the 20th they know what it have for people. And that's the time they get them out. Before that, they are no mouth.
You didn't see the whole press conference to tell about grant and thing now, you know? All kind of talk
you see,
now, you know?
You see, Penny had a meeting and it was free to go and she bust. All you seen was chairs.
This is what
that alone to tell you what's going on now. The people and them open their eyes.
Yeah, people fed up.
A while ago. So we have to fight for these people and them. And if we could put things in place to assist the government to treat the workers and them better, that would be good.
Yes, man.
So you know, keep it up.
Yes, man.
And we have to be with brothers keeper.
Yes, man. Amen to that.
So you take care.
Thank you much. Bless good afternoon, caller.
Yes, Brother Felix, and best to all on the live.
Doctors.
Brother Felix, I would like to extend congratulations to my esteemed political leader and Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, where every creed and race can stand up and say we will be in an equal place.
Yes, man.
And congratulations to her. And I'm looking forward that we lobby now to name the Children's Hospital the Kamla Prasad Sessa SC Children's Hospital. Brother Felix, I called out earlier on the name of KFC, said that they didn't give the people land, but Mr. Basdev Pandey had given them 30 acres in Trin City, and Keith Rowley had taken it away from the black African people and give it to the white African person. And I wanted to lobby KFC. We have to call for a lobby to say that we want to land in Trin.
Caller, I have to thank you very much because I would have had to clarify that before I came off the show. So that is why I'm thanking God that we have viewers who is totally aware of what's going on. You go ahead, man. Go ahead. Go ahead and talk.
Yeah.
That's the truth you're talking, man.
Right? And it's time because we have a government in place who does listen and deliver.
Thank you.
So KFC, my friend, I'm not bashing you. What we have to do, we have to lobby to get back our land in Trin City and start our pan fertility and our rightful use for the African diaspora, because for too long we've seen it now that the African brothers and sisters is being pussyfooted and being advantaged by the PNM. The only thing the PNM give them is Balize House and that big office for $100 and something million, and they can't give back out where the money come from. And you see where they rob the African brothers and them over 45 years in this land. And we want back, we learn for the right purpose so we can empower the African brothers and sisters. Brother Felix, I doesn't like to talk on the program because plenty of the hosts on them to say, I just preempt the conversation. But in God and in Jesus' name, the motivation and the inspiration, we have to come up now on Emancipation Day and let our voices be heard. We walk back, we land in Trin City, and we need to get our company going and our industry going for the African brothers and sisters. And if African brothers and sisters don't stand up and call for that. They like to be a slave and be enslaved mental, physically, and spiritually. Because Rowley take away all the pastor, all the religious body for the last 10 years. So, brother, yes, and my political leaders say she will be using the CPEP workers to clean nursing home, houses for the senior citizens, and rerouting them and re-educating them. Have a pleasant good evening and bless.
Thank you much. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, as we touch on CPEP, I don't want to bypass this. What happened with me is Amanda's actually watched back my show now. So I think I could actually go back. It will take me a little while. All we're going with KFC there, he just forget because KFC called in when I was up the road and he talked about that. So it's just that he forget that African girl and we don't nail him to the cross for that. Because when I tell you something at the end of the day, we're moving forward. We have the relevant conversation. The relevant conversation is that a group of people don't have nothing because Indian man had thing and Syrian man had thing and Chinese man had thing. And the same group that had the responsibility to bring things to that group turn around and they implemented CPEP. They even boast CPEP, URP, and Forest Reserve. That is the highest pay. And on top of that, when you look at the whole diaspora, you look at the structure of what is set, it is disrespectful. Ain't nobody had no reason to be working in this country for under minimum wage. And if the workers and them is saying that they have the belief in this government, they have the hope that the government will hear when this conversation is spoken. Mind me, nobody not demanding nothing while we continue to congratulate our honorable, it's now comfortable as saying that our honorable Prime Minister. You know why we could say honorable? Because our next internal election was run and she's undisputed the leader of the United National Congress. So we could comfortably say honorable Ms. Kamala Persad-Bissessar, SC, Senior Counsel. This is no plain thing taking place. And as much as we continue to speak, while we continue to endorse the group, because you might hear me mention Mr. Arnold Roberts for the day, but all you know Mr. Arnold Roberts don't play. He's about the people. He's for the people. Mr. Philip Edward Alexander is about and for. Khadija, I mean, let me be real. Akram Budu, Mr. Clyde Ella, Ernesto Raymond Kiza. But again, brothers and sisters, nobody asking nobody to vote. The time has come for us to set the relevant structures. The people of Trinidad and Tobago say, matter of fact, they're watching it, taking kind of long. If August 15 pass us, and we don't have a structure in place to have brothers and sisters back out and about when it comes to CPEP, well then we fail the people. We know we have brilliant minds and we know what has to take place in this country. We already come to terms. We can go forward while we continue to question. Forrest, while we question Mr. Imbert about our money, while we question Mr. Rowley of being the worst Prime Minister that this entire Caribbean has ever seen. While we have all those conversations, our responsibility is to actually verbalize, compile the relevant data on what we would like to see happen. Trinidad and Tobago, ladies and gentlemen, I want to give you an opportunity to call in. Call in and make your contribution when it comes to CPEP, when it comes to us being a part of Trinidad and Tobago. If you don't agree, call in, say what you don't agree, and please don't leave out why you don't agree. Forget the politics, right? Ms. Kamala Persad-Bissessar is the political leader of the UNC. She's also our Prime Minister, first and second female Prime Minister. Like, we don't leave out that. Then we make sure and put the handle on the cup. And Ms. Penelope Beckles and the PNM say Ms. Penelope Beckles. We don't know who is really the leader, but they say is Ms. Penelope Beckles. So let me go with that, right? But I don't business where politically stand today. The conversation is CPEP and CPEP salary, CPEP workers saying, especially down in Point 14, that they have no problem working for 8 hours. They have no problem coming out and making the hours. And brothers and sisters, it is up to you to encourage the conversation. So while I run a little vibes, I'm giving all the opportunity, utilize the phone line. Freeport, every single person, utilize the phone line.
Troubles may come, but I'm a praying soul. Devil that try, but he just never learn. So much on my mind, if I tell you, just look at me smile. When them do me wrong.
While at it, let me not leave all this one here. Because I went up and covered that video. And the persons who the young man tell me, the person who the young man told me is responsible for hiring back some of the CPEP workers to maintain the beaches. Mr. Trevor Lynch are sending out some love to Mr. Trevor Lynch. Now, mind me, ladies and gentlemen, since I make the video and since now, I ain't gonna call, I ain't gonna ball upon. Because I think Mr. Trevor Lynch understand why I make the video. Right? So at the end of the day, I'm sending out some love to Mr. Trevor Lynch and his entire family, to the entire team. Ole, let we go.
Troubles may come, but I'm a praying soul. Devil that try, but he just never learn. So much on my mind, if I tell you, just look at me smile. When them do me wrong, I do them right. I'm just a man who does pray at night. How I let go, how I look at, how I feel. No problem. If you see me jumping up to the ceiling and them high, peace of mind. Jumping up to the ceiling and them high.
I want to continue to send some love to Trinidad and Tobago, to ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, family and friends. Blessed good afternoon.
When we outline it, it's the ocean of love. All that we align it to the stars up above. Let we dance now, take a chance now with me. I'm gonna talk till morning. Do we want to see me? Tell them we not leaving. Till the last drop of a canal is practicing the capital. I feel like I'm running down again. Jump and shake it down again. Pray with all my friends and them. Don't blame.
Bless good afternoon, caller. Bless good afternoon. Caller, your call drop. Caller, your call drop, and this is how we doing. I encourage you to call in if it is you endorse the conversation. Well, I've seen all the comments, so thank you very much for the support, the love, and the encouragement.
And perfect love can rise us like the sun up.
Again, while we continue to send love to our Honorable Prime Minister, we send love to especially me, my Member of Parliament of Point 40, Mr. Ernesto Raymond Kiza. I send love to you, the 648-868 family. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing but love, nothing but blessing, nothing but God covering over you.
Easy little boy, don't have voice to get to youths. And Ravi B. Okay. Party, we are party now. Listen. Love in my heart. Rum in the veins. I so love my rum. Bring an next bottle again. I so love my rum. Bring an next bottle again. Love in my heart. Rum in the veins. I so love my rum. Bring an next bottle again. I so love my rum. Bring an next bottle again. Yo, baby. Tell them we are drinker, whether spring, summer, fall or winter, yo. And if you don't believe me, just go and take a look on the Insta, and you will see beer up on the IG. I will me drink out our road, let many see.
Trinidad and Tobago, ladies and gentlemen, only tell me if you know this one here. Only follow know this one here. Again.
The vocalist is here. The Indian anthem is here.
Let the dancing begin.
Nazare masiya luta luta ke sole sitare roshni luta luta ke sole अरे किस्म मचल चुकी ना जाने कब आओगी.
All you know, I had to run one for our Indian brothers and sisters in Trinidad and Tobago. And my responsibility, I must run one for the African community in Trinidad and Tobago. Those of you who is Syrian and thing, all you need to call in because I don't know what kind of music I'll listen to. So we will get the thing going in the right way. Blessed afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, sir. You from Bangladesh?
I know people from Bangladesh.
All right. But that artist you have on day, for me, he was one of the greatest playback singer. Artists that passed through Trinidad. For me,
Yes.
it have other people say other people is great, but he was a great soul brother.
Yeah.
And look out for Marvin. He coming at you. He would want to know if you come from Bangladesh or Delhi or somewhere. These people just trying to divide this country, you know, boy.
Yes.
Anyway, it have any kind of fete, whether let me say like African fete or Indian fete, you've seen everybody with one love, enjoying the music, whatever kind of music they enjoy it. And these people will come out and talk race, boy. Time for race gone a long time. They closed down the racetrack. Oh my God. I don't know what's wrong with these people and them, boy. And they're learning, boy. They're learning.
For real.
So you just make me day. And I hope Marvin and Penny and Kareem and all of them see that. Even Faris Alwari.
Nah, it ain't done there.
I wish them see that.
I have an next word for them to it ain't done there yet.
All right, keep it up, brother. Keep it up, man. Hear what going on. Only in politics. There's a stock race, you know.
Yeah, only in politics.
But when you hear a lineman, they don't care if it's an Indian or what, they hug up. So if, when you're looking for love, you don't have no race, why in politics you have race?
Thank you.
It's the same people you're hugging up and want to hug up, but you want to kill them in politics.
Yeah. For real.
So you take care.
Thank you much, big brother. Yes, man. Thank you much. And I'm going to run this song here. I will run this song again from a governing authority because I say again, we say it's about connecting Trinidad and Tobago. Big brother, blessed day.
Let me give you one shot this week, Mr. Felix.
Doctor, we.
Remember rolling with the push race? Remember because man rolling coming down in south. You see the young girl you were gyrating on?
Yeah.
I know 17 years old.
Yeah.
You know she my French grandma's son.
Oh. Doctor. Now listen, why are we going to play this tune? I'm playing this tune from a governing authority too, right? The former administration is the former administration. Again, we have a conversation. The thing is about forming solutions. Yes, the former Angostura board disrespected the people of Trinidad and Tobago, and they did not tell us that they were using our money to invest in the Vibes Cartel concert. So here it is. But one thing that I know, Vibes Cartel is the #1 artist, and on top of that, his bottlery, what it is, where his liquor is being organized is in Trinidad and Tobago. So my responsibility is to remind the governing authority, despite what the former administration made a lot of foolish decisions, just like the digging of the wells in Wassa. I would be irresponsible to encourage a conversation to not do that. if 70% of the population have water and wells is already targeted to dig, well, then our responsibility is to get them wells dig. 100%, nothing wrong with that. That is what it is we want. So we endorsing that conversation. And again, my responsibility is to let them know too, we minding we business. So that vibes, with Vibes Cartel and them with that bottle, that contract, all you maintain that contract, please. I don't know how all they're doing it. I don't know how all they're working around that piece of corruption will take place, but we have some brilliant minds. Mr. John Jeremy Day, and Ram Logan Day, come on, the Lion Day, come on, that wee boy, Mr. Munilal Day, Mr. Pararat Day, come on, David Lee Day, come on, we have Mr. Ernesto Kiza Day, Clyde Elder Day, come on, the list goes on, Vandana Day, come on, Khadija Day. We have a good group of brothers and sisters. And on top of that, this is what we listen to in this country. So let me be real and reasonable while we navigate there.
Aquila promise me lover, I don't care.
Don't vex. So if Trinidad and Tobago is being a part of developing rum and bottling rum for the entire world, there's no we just be a part of.
Promise my lover, and I don't care. So we drinking today and we drinking forever. Aquila, promise my lover, and I don't care. So we drinking today and we drinking forever. Aquila,
and just in case the world feel as joke I'm making, because we have a responsibility. Don't let them tie up here and tell everybody it's only Indian people that's drinking. That is a perception they're trying to put out because of politics.
Don't kid me, you are free.
All of us that participate at some point in time.
Do as you please.
Let's good afternoon, caller.
Yeah, Mr. Felix. Hello?
Doctor, we.
Right, amen. Now here we know with this whole CPEP thing, right? At the end of the day, sit down and you watch everything. Now all the time, the PNM jumping out to the CPEP, with the starting up with the workers and they're doing this.
Yeah.
But all this minute, where's Paris Alvarez? You don't talk again, I don't hear nothing about him again, I hear everybody else, but not hearing nothing about him.
I forget to ask that question today. I forget to ask that question today.
Where is this man?
Where is Paris Alvarez?
Because every day they have press conference. Every day they have press conference on the TV. All of a sudden, everybody shut up backpedal. But you see, old people as always say the truth does offend.
Yeah.
The truth does offend.
Yeah.
And right now, it's coming closer to home. It's getting closer to home. So how it getting closer to home? Everybody now panicking.
Yes.
And they feel the government from past times was going, yeah, we're going to lock up this one, we're going to lock up that one, but we're getting power. But they never believe this government, but I take the stance, they take care. They never believe that. You understand? But in the day, yeah, they never believe that. You know what I mean? Right now, me ain't nobody, you know. Me ain't nobody saying nothing right now. All the money missing and Paris Alvarez, this and that, and the man say, nobody is saying nothing about this right now. You understand? But everything now, all they wanted to right. So I want the CPEP workers open their eye and see.
Yeah.
All who was standing up with all your where they is now. Which part they is? Tell me which part they is. Which part they go on? They ride up in the sunset or something? You know what I mean? Same thing with Rowley. What we know is Rowley. You're out of the spotlight. All them things you do there, like Kuchu. Remember the response of them? Kuchu? Yeah, that will try to tell you now. But it's just shock. But right now, the people ain't taking no fool again. The people is not being fool again.
True.
Because people waking up now. People waking up. All who was sleeping, waking up. Some of them still sleeping and they want to come out of that sleep. Understand? But let them continue sleeping. We have to do what we have to do.
Thank you.
After this budget read in September to make sure everybody on the right page. Keep turning the page. As Khadija, I mean, see what yesterday in the thing. She says she will be paying in power for the next 15 years. I feel it's longer than that. I honestly feel it's longer than that.
Yeah.
And I see in the unity. You watch what happened when I was yesterday. It's a rally, you see.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's a rally. It's a rally. It's a rally because people have hope.
Yeah.
People have hope. People have hope. You understand?
This is
because people lost hope.
This is why I bring about the conversation one time, because all the time CPEP rallying around, I mean, PNM rallying around CPEP. But now it's time to have a relevant conversation, a structure in CPEP, and or everybody disappear. So everything is left up to this government. So we the people must be a part of the implementation of what direction we go in with CPEP.
Right. And I hope the government listen to the people.
Yeah.
Listen what it is the people want. You understand?
Yes.
Because they come in with some fundamental points.
Yes.
They come in with good points.
Thank
and I feel the government supposed to listen to some of these. They might not want to implement all, but it's very good constructive talk.
Yeah.
It's very good constructive
No, well,
talk.
what we're saying, too, we're
understand?
giving them the credit to remember them are brilliant minds. So things that I said, probably they might be able to put something to it and enhance it. You understand? Because remember why I say coming from the people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's people-centered. Because our Prime Minister say it's people-centered. That's what we're dealing with.
Yes.
But I just hope they say all kind of thing, oh, we Prime Minister sick, she this, that, the other, but I saying something. When God had approved us, nobody
Thank you.
can step in your way, bro.
Thank you.
Nobody can step in.
Thank you.
And I the living witness of the mercy of God and how good God is to me. Sometimes, yeah, I might feel my back against the wall, but God has come at the last minute.
Amen.
And rescue me.
Yes,
I did living witness of them to myself.
Amen.
But to you stay good and stay strong, man.
Thank you,
You stay good and stay strong. And
Thank
God bless you.
Yes, man. Thank you much, brother.
Yeah, man.
And again, ladies and gentlemen, I must say that is so true. This is why the conversation must start. We ain't let nobody ain't getting the opportunity to attack our governing authority. We will have relevant conversation, and our government would weed out what they want and what they need. They would utilize the ideas. We can't sit down and continue to stay mute. And every day we're talking about Marvin and them poorly represented the people. We're talking about Shampa poorly represented the people. We're talking about Rowley, them poorly represented the people. Who we talking about? Foster Cummins. Make no sense having a conversation in that direction. With Penelope Beckers, up to now, she's not even sure if she's the leader of the former at the administration. So this is why, ladies and gentlemen, our responsibility is to be a part of constructive conversation. This is our governing authority. Explain when UNC win, everybody win. So ain't nobody getting me to feel as a loser at all. I might be waiting on employment, but I am not a loser. I might be broken today, but I ain't no loser. They might try to make me feel less than a human being before, but I am not a loser. And this is what we're supporting and we are endorsing. So brothers and sisters, I'm encouraging you. Going forward, our thinking caps are on and our responsibilities to play a part of what have to be implemented, what we want to see, what we expect from our governing authority.
Alone, but being alone could mean you are free. Do as you want, do as you please. Sometimes you need a break from everybody. I am so happy, I have nobody. I have wings to fly, so don't worry about me. Take a headshot and pass it when you're done. Take a headshot and pass it when you're done. Take a real shot and pass it when you're done. Take a headshot and pass it when you're done.
Bless good afternoon, my brother.
Good afternoon again. And I had to come and see where you live in. I have to come and see where you're living. I want to see what Douglas children you have.
Doctor.
Yeah, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's saying Rowley is the worst prime minister. No, he wasn't the worst prime minister. He is the worst African that ever passed through Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you.
The worst. It ain't nobody was any.
Nah.
Right?
But the kind of power he was given, he's worse.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And he treat his people real bad.
Yeah.
Real bad. True. Tell them to win off the government and tighten your belt and all kind of things.
Richer to get richer. Don't leave all that. Don't leave all the richer to get richer.
And we are the richer to get richer.
Mad, yes.
And which one are the rich helping the poor? Which one of them?
That one.
If a poor man go to work for the rich man, he have to work his life out.
Uh-huh.
You don't see them giving no handout. And if you sit down for 5 minutes, you're tired. They have a problem with you.
Thank you.
They want 8 hours or 9 hours out of 8 hours.
Thank you. So this is why I'm saying,
You have to sweat out.
this is why I'm saying, when I hear the CPEP workers saying they want the 8 hours, well, then it don't make no sense. We push for CPEP workers to get 8 hours and then actually discuss our hourly rate. This is why I kept the conversation, because them didn't tell me nothing about the hourly rate. But we have to keep the conversation in the category. We must keep it in the category.
Well,
they are human beings.
Well, here what's going on. I just see in some areas on my side, all 5 o'clock in the morning, it have people cutting grass.
Yeah.
So if
and I joke, go to the cutting light with the headlight on their head in the morning, come in the morning, and
yes, because
the Tobago to start earlier.
Because the weather cool and they could walk.
Yeah.
So I think the best thing to do is to give them a task.
Yeah.
If it's a 50 feet a road to cut, either the road or 100 feet, whatever, what they agree on, give them that and let them come early and do what they had to do. And if why they paying a contractor to see about these people and them and still CPEP have to pay them? What is the purpose of that contractor? You're paying a contractor for what?
I ain't doing no research. I ain't doing no research on that part yet. I didn't know that, so I don't want to talk out of context. So
here what's going on. Long ago, I'm talking about maybe about 50 years ago, or maybe 55 years ago that I could remember.
Mm-hmm.
When you're getting 10 days on the road, they also have a checker making up your time on site and dropping it on weekend.
Right.
Why they can't go back to that? Instead of you have to pay a contractor to do that and have to pay him X amount of dollars. And you used to pay a checker.
No, what I think is part of the thing. The history of CPEP. Now, a lot of us know that we family who work in CPEP have to go to work with a worker, right? But the structure of CPEP is actually the contractors was supposed to supply the worker. That is the heights there.
Right.
So for the past 10 years, contractors get to do what they want. They get to talk to people how they want. So the average person under the impression that is the norm. But CPEP structure is the contractors is responsible for the worker.
Well, this is what I ask in the question. Why the worker have to buy a worker to get a job?
Well, listen, wait, come in here now. Freeport, you have to tell me if this making sense. Because why saying, seeing that we restructuring, contractor had to go back out to work. We cater, we now discuss 3 worker man per group, right? Why saying is, if we set some form of structure where we could purchase the worker, right? And make the worker man, let me not call them worker man, the operator. That's the right term. That is the correct term. The operator, you're purchasing it for him, you know. He already working with your team, but you're giving him the opportunity to pay for the worker. Why are you giving him that opportunity? Because you see, when Saturday and Sunday come, you see after 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, somebody call you on the water yard cut, because based on the type of work that you must be doing when you're actually on that job, people satisfied with what it is they're delivering, obviously people will be contacting the employees and them to cut their lots. So that way now, the operator don't have to go and look to borrow a worker or rent a worker. The operator end up with a worker. So let me say you pay about $3,500 or you utilize somebody $1,500 worker. Within 3 to 4 payments, a worker could find himself being somebody who could look for employment on a weekend too. So it come like you're empowering your people. This is what the thing is about, empowering people. So you're utilizing the same structure we have. We waste money for the past 10 years under the former administration, and you're incorporating what you want to see in it.
Well, that is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Don't put the pressure on the operator, because for operator to get a worker, He might have to go and borrow money or some kind of thing.
That's it.
And you're already paying a contractor X amount of thousand.
Thank you.
Why them don't supply the worker?
That was supposed to be the structure, but again, we listened to the conversation in Trinidad and Tobago, where brothers and sisters had to find their own worker to go and do the people work. But I'm saying, so they already did it. Well, they already exploited the people. Our responsibility is that we don't want to see people exploited. We don't want our governing authority name to be calling up and exploiting people. So we must point out the things that actually bring about the shortcomings that could bring that bad name to them.
Well, get rid of the contractor if this is my thought. Once the operator to get their own worker, get rid of the contractor. We don't have no use for them.
We have no.
And you could hire an individual on every group to take the time, print out timesheet for them, and every week or every fortnight you drop in the time to CPEP.
Thank you.
Because I can't understand why CPEP
no, you can't leave out.
Have to pay.
Big brother, you can't leave out. If it is the same that now the government going to end up in a position, now we got to go back to Parliament now and actually go and amend the law now, because we're going to happen now, CPEP got to ask for more money, because that wasn't a part of the asking for money part. All the millions you hear in spend and all you hear in docking are $1.4 billion. That had nothing to do with government supplying worker.
So how them fellas get at this 1.4 million and all kind of things.
This is what I'm telling you, big brother. So our responsibility, we don't ever want to end back up in that conversation. Them thought that we wasn't minding our business, and they thought that the UNC government with the coalition and TP and Tobago did not have backbone. They wasn't expecting Mr. John Jeremy to stand up. They're not expecting Ms. Khadija Amin to have them conversation. It is totally shocking to them the way how Pararat does address them, you know. Them shocked by this because them honestly thought that being in government is having an opportunity to corruptly mislead the people. And they're realizing now that this administration explained to the people that when UNC win, everybody win. This is why to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, my response, if we support in the government, well then we must support the government with relevant conversation. As the government speak, we let them know what we expect of them so that they have something at least to work with. The problems and the shortcomings in Point is not the same in Port of Spain, it's not the same in Penal. We have different structures we're dealing with, so we want everybody to have an opportunity to get their shortcomings, to get their plight on the government board, so that the government know when you're dealing with Superior, you're not using the same structure as Point 14. This is the problem that we end up with in the past in Trinidad and Tobago. Hence the reason why people under the impression policing is policing. Policing in Point 14 is not the same policing as Lavantil. And we need to get that clear. We need to clarify.
What I would like to see, they put a structure in place that when this CPEP worker reach 60, they could get an NIS pension and they could get.
A clap into that.
I want to see that. I want to see that.
Right? Into that. It is only
and if fair. If they get damage on the job, they could have
compensation.
Something, yes. Sick leave benefit and all kind of things.
Yes, man.
Because they are human just like we.
Yes. Yes.
But you see, this is what the PNM and the counterpart never think that, you know, the ordinary citizen is just like them. And they like nice things just like them, and they want privilege just like them.
Thank you.
They always feel they upstairs and the workers downstairs, the rest of the people downstairs.
Yeah.
They never thought they would have fall long. The miners passing on the step.
Thank you.
And that's what happened today. They miss the step and they fall off. And they can't understand that. And they always asking all kind of questions. All kind of questions. The question that they never asked for that 10 years.
All kind of things they want now.
Yes.
Again, what we want? We started with CPEP. CPEP workers has asked, 8 hours. Thank you very much, big brother. Thank you much for your contribution.
You take care.
Yes, man. CPEP workers have already clarified that they have no problem making an 8 hours work. They have already clarified that they have no problem doing the work. Our responsibility, as much as we discuss the 8 hours, is that they get a respectable salary to carry home to their family. Because we don't get on like after 10 when they leave the job site, they're going to work. Brothers and sisters going home in their prevalence. And if they are saying that there's no problem, just give me a respectable something so that I could cover something. I could at least pay a bill. Please. And that is the cry, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I want to send out a happy birthday to all of our brothers and sisters who celebrating birthdays today from the studio, live from the studio, from the Felix family. I'm sending out a happy birthday to you. And with that, I play this song. Let's go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're saying happy anniversary to all of our brothers and sisters who celebrating anniversary today, whether it be a new car, whether it be a job, whether it be employment, whether it be whatever, your marriage, whatever it is, we're saying happy anniversary to you. And those of our brothers and sisters, mourning family and loved ones who was lost along the way, we're saying condolences. We understand and we continue to ask God to be your comforter, to be your keeper. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Irvin. And again, I'm thanking you all very much for tuning in, for viewing with us. I'm thanking you all very much for your love, your continuous support, and your endorsement. But as we continue to navigate, I ask you, let's stay focused. You know the slogan here at 6-5 Television is being a good person is not an option, but it's the only option in today's society. So I want to encourage you to be good, because at the end of the day, is each one help one, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. So brothers and sisters, I thank you all for tuning in, for viewing, for listening with us. Until we meet tomorrow, please the Lord. Yes, it will be at 12 o'clock. Thank you very much. Ollie, I am out. I love all you.
Go on. Someone up here again, yeah. You're not moving your ways by chance, no. It's the rhythm, the rhythm.